Hello everyone, hey RG back with some more Out of the Park Baseball 25. Today we are going to continue our season in 1969 with the Montreal Expos. Today on the menu we have a two-game series against the Houston Astros. It's going to be in Montreal at Parc Jarry. Houston is struggling mightily. They are 10-25 this season. We are better than them. That is probably saying something. So for the first matchup, we're going to be facing off against Ken Forsch. He's 1-5, not doing too good. He's a 4-star pitcher though. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen there. Do they have some injuries? They have Fred Gladding that's hurt. Looks like it's their stopper. So yeah, I looked at their lineup a little bit yesterday. Like, I'm not like super familiar. Like Joe Morgan, of course, familiar with that name. Not really familiar with Menke. I've heard of Cesar Cedeno before. Jimmy Wynn, not sure. Kurt Blefary, no. Doug Rader, not really. Johnny Edwards, nope. Norm Miller, neither. So it's not like it's not a slight on them. It's just, that was before my time, and I'm not super familiar with a whole lot of players from that era. Alright, so we're going to be sending the lefty Larry Jaster on the mound for that one. So we took 2 out of 3 against the Reds. I would love to sweep the short 2-game series against Houston. Well, let's get to it, and let's see if we can do that. Was there something else? No, nothing else that I wanted to check. Right, so I think I'm going to keep this lineup. Now Maury Will's back in the lineup. He had that little injury. Ended up missing a few games, but he's back now and healthy. And he's going to be leading off for us. So without further ado, let's go. So we also discovered that Ty Klein really enjoys leading off, right? So we're going to keep that in mind for the future. For now, we're gonna go ahead and go with that like this. Alrighty. Alright, so Joe Morgan leading off for the Astros, and it's a 2-2 score count on him, sorry. Oh. That's it. Oh, what a catch by Jones. Oh, that was... Okay, that's not really what it showed on the screen, but we robbed a home run to Joe Morgan to lead off the game. Alright, Dennis Menke now. No count to him. That's it to center. That's going to fall in front of Klein for a base hit. Alright, so one up base hit for the Astros. And now Jimmy Wynn is the next batter. 1-0 to him. Oh, that's Pup Weekly. First baseman. Bob Bailey is there, catches it for out number 2. Alright, 2 outs now for Doug Rader. 3-1 to count. Grounds it to short, and that finds a hole. And that is a base hit, so the Astros have 2 runners on and 2 outs now for Kurt Blefary. 1-2 to count. Oh, he struck out swinging. The ball eludes John Bateman, but he tosses it to first for out number 3. Alright, the Astros get 2 base runners, but they can't come around to score. Still no score here in the bottom of the first, with Maury Wills leading off the game for us. Welcome back in the lineup, sir. 1-2 to count. Grounds it to third, and that's a good throw for out number 1. Alright, Manny Mota is next. 3-1 to count. Grounds it to second. Oh, and that's going to be an error on Joe Morgan. So we now have a runner on first and one out for Rusty Stub, Le Grand Orange. 0-1 the count. Grounds it to short, and that's going to be a double play. So Astros commit an error, but it doesn't come back to bite them in the rear. So top of the second now with Johnny Edwards leading off for Houston, 2-2 the count. Grounds it to first. Bailey tosses it to Jaster, who covers first for out number 1. Jesus Olu is the next batter. 1-2 the count. Grounds it to second. Mota with the throw, that's out number 2. I almost said Marshall with the throw. Marshall is my second baseman in my fictional league. I've been playing a lot of that lately. So the name is engraved in my brain. Right, Norm Miller, the next batter, 2 outs, 1-1 the count. Grounds it to third. Wicker with the throw, that's out number 3. Alright, Houston goes up in order here, and then bottom of the second, Mac Jones leading off, 2-2 the count. And he struck out looking. Seems about par for the course for him. He's been struggling lately. Bob Bailey now, 2-2 the count to him as well. And he struck out swinging. Alright, John Bateman now, 1-2. And he grounds it to short for out number 3. The Expos also go down in order in this inning. Top of the third now with Ken Forsch leading off 0-1. Grounds it to second. Mota with the throw, that's out number 1. Joe Morgan now. Got a home run robbed from him in the first inning, and now he walks. Runner on the first, one out for Dennis Menke. 1-2 the count. Oh, and we drilled him. Alright, 2 on, 1 out for Jimmy Wynn. No count. Ooh, that's it to right. Oh, but Rusty Stub is there. That's out number 2. And on the play, Joe Morgan advances to third base. So now there's a runner on the corners. 2 outs for Doug Rader. 1-2 the count. Oh, struck out looking. I love to see it. Right, bottom of the third incoming. Oh, would be nice to get a base hit. Floyd Wicker leads up for us. 1-0 the count. Runs it to short. And that's a good throw. Out number 1. Ty Klein now. 0-1. Grounds it to second. And that's out number 2. Yeah, that pitcher has a fork ball. That's his best pitch, I think. So I think that's what's going on here, is that he's inducing a lot of ground balls. Larry Jaster with 2 outs, full count to him. And he walks. All right. So he walks the pitcher. Now the lineup flips over, and now it's Maury Wills. No count to him. That's it. Oh, that falls barely. Fair. Alright, it's a base hit for Wills. And now we have Manny Mota with 2 on, 2 outs. No count. Grounds it. Oh, that's a base hit. Are we sending the runner? It's the pitcher. Oh, we are. And he's safe, I think. Yeah, there you go. 1-0 for the Expos, thanks to a base hit by Manny Mota. What's going on with my music? Oh. There we go. Not sure what happened there. Alright, Rusty Stub now with 2 runners in scoring position, 2 outs. A base hit here would do wonders. Oh, okay, I didn't lose the music. Okay. Full count when he walks. Alright, bases loaded, 2 outs for Mac Jones. Come on, buddy. That would be a perfect time to wake up from your slump here. 1 and 2 to count. And he struck out swinging. Wishful thinking, I suppose. Alright, the third inning is over. The Expos do score a run thanks to a single by Manny Mota that scored the pitcher Larry Jaster. We are going into the top of the fourth, up 1-0 with Kurt Blefary leading off for the Astros. 1-0 the count. It's it to center. That's gonna be a no. Okay, sorry. It was it right at Klein for an out. It looked like it could be one of those plays where the center fielder is really slow and the ball just goes over his head, but that's not what happened. Johnny Edwards now with 1 out, 0-1 the count. Grounds it to short. Oh, that's a good throw. That's out number 2. Now Jesus Alou is next, 1 and 2 the count. Grounds it to third. Wicker with the throw, that's out number 3. Alrighty. Alright, Bob Bailey leads off the bottom of the fourth for us, 2 and 2 the count. Grounds it to short. And that's out number 1. John Bateman now, 3 and 0 the count. And he walks on 4 pitches. Floyd Wicker now, 1 and 2. He struck out looking. And now Ty Klein with 2 outs, runner on first, 0-1 the count. Hits it to left, but pretty much right at the left fielder. And Alou gets it for out number 3. Alright, so a base runner for the Expos, but nothing happens. Top of the 5th incoming, Norm Miller is the batter. No count to him. Oh, it's starting to rain. 0-1 the count. Grounds it to first. Bailey gets it for out number 1. Ken Forsch, 0-2. Grounds it to second. Moto with the throw, that's out number 2. Joe Morgan is not a batter, 2 and 2 the count. Grounds it to short. And that's a good throw for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Astros. Expos going into the bottom of the 5th, up 1-0 here at home, with Larry Jaster, the pitcher, leading off. 1 and 2 to count. And he struck out swinging. Maury Wills, full count. And he walks. Alright, we have some speed on the base paths now. Alright, so Manny Mota, runner on first, 1 out, no count. And he bunts. That's going to be a good sacrifice. So now we have a runner in scoring position, but with 2 outs, so we do need a base hit from Rusty Stubb. 3-1 to count. Grounds it to first, and he is out. So no base hit from Stubb this time. We are still holding on to our very meager 1-run lead. Top of the 6th, Dennis Menke leading off. No count to him. Grounds it to second. Mota with a throw, that's out number 1. Jimmy Wynn is next, 3-0 to count. That's probably going to be a walk. And it is a walk on 4 pitches. It's extremely rare that it is not. Once in a blue moon the guy swings, but it's very rare. Doug Rader is next, runner on first, 1 out, 2 and 2 to count. Grounds it to short, to second for 1, back to first for out number 2. That's a double play. And that's the end of the inning, folks. Bottom of the 6th already. This game has been flying. Mac Jones, 2 and 2. And he struck out for the 3rd time today. Alright, Bob Bailey now with 1 out, 1 and 2 to count. Struck out swinging. Alright, John Bateman now. 1-0 to count. Grounds it to third. And that's an easy out. We go down 1, 2, 3 without a whimper. Alright, top of the 7th now. Larry Jasser still on the mound for us. Kurt Bleffery at bat for the Astros. 1-1 to count. Oh, that's popped to third. And that's got there by Wicker for out number 1. Johnny Edwards is next, 1-2 to count. That's it to center. And that's cut by Ty Klein for out number 2. Hey, Jerome Allet, yes. Yes, indeed. Not a whole lot going on in this game. We're playing against a bad team, so I guess that makes us a bad team as well. Alright, Isa Salu now, the batter, 2 outs. 0-1 to count. And that's going to be a base hit to left. Alright, so they prolong the inning here with a base hit with 2 outs. And now Norm Miller is the batter. 2-2 to count. Grounds it to second. Mota with the throw to first. That's the end of the inning. I'd love nothing more than to pad my lead a little bit. Alright, Floyd Wicker, the batter. 1-2. And he struck out looking. Ty Klein. Full count. He's 0 for 2. Rounds it to first. And he's out. Man, all those ground balls. It's a forkball pitcher. Alright, Larry Jasser now with 2 outs, no count. Grounds it to second. Joe Morgan with the throw. Oh, that's an error. Alright. That's the second error of the game for Joe Morgan, and now the pitcher stands at second base. We're gonna keep him in there. It's 1969. Well, Wills is back, and he's been my leadoff guy. So, but I think I might actually bet the pitcher 8 and have Wills bat 9th and have Klein lead off. We'll see. That's something I've been thinking about. Alright, runner in scoring position, 2 outs for Maury Wills, 1-0 to count. Grounds it to third, and that's going to be out number 3. Alright, Marty Martinez comes in as a pinch hitter for Houston. No count to him. Top of the 8. We're still up 1-0. Oh, it's not raining anymore. Alright, 3-1 to count. No, that's gonna. Oh, I think it was gonna be a base hit, but Manny Mota with the leaping catch there. Joe Morgan, 3-1. 1 out. That's it to second, and Mota is there again. Earning his paycheck today. Dennis Menke, 2 outs, 0-1 to count. No, that's it. Weekly. Wills gets underneath it. And he gets it for out number 3. Alright. Oh, Manny Mota, so they're bringing in Jim Ray in relief. The righty. What kind of pitches do you have? A fastball, a slider, and a curveball. Okay. Alright, Manny Mota leading off. No count to him. That's a base hit to left. Alright, Manny Mota here. Getting on base to lead off the 8. Getting a couple more runs would feel really good here. Now we have Rusty Stubb. Runner on first, nobody out. 2-2 to count. That's it to center, but pretty much right at the center fielder win. And that's out number 1. And I think I'm going to pinch it for Mac Jones. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. I think we're going to bring Jim Ferry in. Right, Jim Ferry, runner on first, 1 out, 1-2. Oh god, that's it. Very weakly to the pitcher. Is that a double play? Yeah. Oh god. Alright. That didn't work out this time. So we're gonna keep Ferry in the game in the left field. Alright, so Jasser going for the we know what. Alright, so Jimmy Wynn leading off the ninth. 2-0 to count. That's it to center. Klein is there, that's out number 1. Doug Raider is next, 2-2. That's it to right. Stubb barely has to move. And that's out number 2. Alright, Bob Watson comes in as a pinch hitter. 0-2 to count. Oh, struck out swinging to end the game. Alright, Larry Jasser pitches a 1-0 complete game shutout. Alright. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and leave the game. Oh, quite a few news. Jasser pitches 1-0 shutout. That's us. Steve Braun. Okay, so that guy was signed as a free agent by our team. He got 5 hits in a game in the minors. That's pretty good. Oh boy, Coco LeBoy went 6 for 8. I'm guessing it's in that same game. Holy shit, I didn't see that in the previous news. Our team won 30-2. Don Hahn in that same game got what? 6 hits as well. Whew. And then Earl Wilson of Detroit shut out the White Sox 6-0, 30-2. That's a long game at the park. Like already when you're losing by like 8, it doesn't feel good. When you're losing by 28, oh boy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and finish the day. See what's going on. Oh, there's been a trade between the Seattle Pilots and the Washington Senators. Alright, so proving the Oilers are one man's trash, another man's treasure. The Pilots announced today the acquisition of 27-year-old minor league catcher Paul Casanova and Steve Foucault for Rick Auerbach. Doesn't look like it's not the biggest trade of all time. Alright, so we're getting ready to play game number 2 here. So Larry Dierker is going to be on the mound for Houston, and we're going to be sending Mudcat Grant for that one. So Dierker has a fastball, slider, curveball, changeup. He's pretty good, but he's struggling this season. That's pretty much the entire team. Yeah, it looks like Foucault might, play as a reliever in the league, but we'll see. Like, I've never heard of those guys. All right. All right, we're gonna go ahead and play the game. Let's do what I said. Let's try this like that. Klein had such a good stretch, and then having Wills batting 9th, that gives me like speed as the second leadoff, if you would. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot like this. All right, so we have Mudcat Grant on the mound, Larry Dierker. They're sending Morgan, Menke, Wynn, John Mayberry, Blefary, Raider, Edwards, Normiller. So pretty much the same lineup except for John Mayberry playing first base. Alright, game 2 out of 2 of this 2-game series. Alright, Joe Morgan leading off here for the Astros. It is 7:05 here in Montreal. 1-1 to count. A little tour of the park. Alright, and that's it to center. Klein gets underneath it, and that's out number 1. So the first game, Joe Morgan, we robbed a home run. Mac Jones robbed a home run from Joe Morgan to lead off the game. That was pretty cool. Dennis Menke now with 1 out, 2-2 to count. Grounds it to center. That's going to be a base hit. All right. Jimmy Wynn now. Runner on first, 1 out. 1-0 to count. Grounds it to short. And we only get the runner at first. So there's a runner in scoring position and 2 outs now for John Mayberry. 1-0. Oh, that's it really well to left in the corner. That's going to score a run. That's going to be extra bases for Mayberry, who stops at second base with a stand-up double. So it's 1-0 for the Astros. Kurt Blefary is next, 2-2. He grounds it to first. Oh. Oh, what a play by Bailey there. Not sure he needed to dive, but it's whatever. Alright, and it's the end of the inning, so 1-0 Houston after 1. So let's see if Ty Klein still enjoys his time leading off here. Full count. And that's a base hit to right. Oh, we might be on to something over here. Right, Manny Mota is the next batter. Right, runner on first, nobody out, 2-1, and he bunts. That's a sacrifice hit. We have a runner in scoring position that has some speed and only 1 out for Rusty Stubb. No count. The runner goes to third, and he is safe. Klein here, stealing third base. Even though he has speed, that's his first stolen base this season. Alright, so now a deep fly ball somewhere should score a run. 1-1. Oh, that's a bad pitch, and that's why you steal third sometimes. The runner scores, it is 1-1. Right, 2-2 to Stubb. And that's it. Oh, what a catch by Menke there. Oh, that's 2 outs. Mac Jones, the batter, 0-2. That's it, weakly to center. Win is there, catches it for out number 3. The Expos, however, tie the game thanks to a wild pitch. Top of the second with Doug Rader leading off. 1-2. Struck out swinging. A very rare strikeout for Mudcat Grant. Alright, Johnny Edwards now. 0-2. 1 out. That's it to first, and that's all the way to the corner in right field. That's going to be extra bases for Edwards. That's going to be a double, so a 1-out double for the Astros. Now Norm Miller is the batter. Full count. Struck out swinging. Oh boy. Mudcat Grant with 2 strikeouts in the same game. Now Larry Dierker is the batter. 2-2. Rounds it to third. Wicker with the throw. And that's the end of the inning. Alright, so a double, but nothing more for the Astros. Bottom of the second incoming, Bob Bailey facing off against Dierker. 2-2 to count. And that's it to second, and that's cut there by Joe Morgan for out number 1. John Bateman is the batter, 2-1. That's it to center. Win is there. Catches it for out number 2. Now Wicker is next, 1-2. And that's popped. And that's cut by the catcher, Edwards, for out number 3. Alright, Joe Morgan leading off the 3rd. No count to him. And oh, what a catch by Wills. That's out number 1. Dennis Menke now. 0-1. Rounds it to 3rd. Oh, that's going to be an error on Wicker. His first error of the season. I guess that's not too bad. We're like nearing the end of May and he's playing fairly regularly and he only has 1 error so far. But yeah. Right, running on first, 1 out for Jimmy Wynn. 1-2. And that's it to right. Stubb is there. Catches it for out number 2. Now John Mayberry, the batter. 2-2. Oh, struck out looking. Man. Mudcat Grant here, having a great game. Alright. Grant leading off the bottom of the 3rd, 1-2. And he struck out swinging. Maury Will is now batting 9th today, 2-2. That's it. Oh, that's a base hit, barely. We'll take it though. Alright. So runner on first, 1 out for Ty Klein, who's really thriving in the 1 spot there. No count. Oh, he tried to bunt, but he missed. 1-1. And he bunts. Alright, sacrifice it. We'll take it. That's how you play baseball in the 60s. 2 outs, runner in scoring position for Manny Mota, who he's really been picking it up. Like, for the longest time, he was batting like right at the Mendoza line. Now he's batting 250, so he's been picking it back up. 2-1. That's it to left, but pretty much right at Belfry for out number 3. All right. Top of the 4th, Kurt Blefary leading off for the Astros, 1-0 to count. That's it to center. Klein is there, catches it for out number 1. Doug Rader is next, 1-0. That's it to right. Stubb is there, that's out number 2. Johnny Edwards now, 1-2. 2 outs. Oh, that's a base hit to center. Alright, so keeps the inning alive. 2 out single for Edwards. Norm Miller now, 0-1. And that's a base hit to right all the way into the corner. Is that going to score the run? I don't think so. Yep. That's a triple. Or is it? No, that's going to be a double. Alright, so 2 out action here at Parc Jarry. So Edwards singled and then a double by Miller scores him. And now there's a runner on 3rd with 2 outs for the pitcher Larry Dierker. 1-1. And that's a base hit to center. It's going to be 3-1 for the Astros. Joe Morgan now, runner on first, 2 outs, full count. That's it to right. And at the warning track, Stubb is there, catches it for out number 3. The Astros score twice. They now lead by 2, 3-1, heading into the bottom of the 4th, where Rusty Stubb is gonna lead off for us. 2-2. That's it to center. And Wynn runs out of room, and it's a solo blast at center field for Rusty Stubb, 467 feet. And he cuts the lead in half. It's 3-2 for the Astros now. Mac Jones with nobody out, 1-2. And he struck out swinging. That's pretty much par for the course at this point for Mac Jones. Bob Bailey, 1-2, 1 out. That's it to short. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. John Bateman now, 1-0. Oh, that's a base hit to center. Alright. The inning is still alive. Are we going to do the same thing the Astros did? That's how they scored 2 runs in the previous inning. Oops. Okay, I double hit the space bar by accident. So looks like they tried to catch John Bateman sleeping at first base, and that was a bad throw. So now Bateman is in scoring position. Floyd Wicker is the batter, 1-0 the count, and they're just gonna walk him now because it's Mudcat Grant next. It's a little early to pull him, so we're gonna need to bite the bullet. 2 on 2 outs for Mudcat Grant, full count. And that's it to left for a base hit. Oh. And we're sending the runner. And there you go, tie game. So a lot of 2-out action in this game. It is 3-3 thanks to a single by Mudcat Grant. So we have runner on the corners, 2 outs for Maury Wills, 1-0. Grounds it to third. That's a good throw to second base, and that's the end of the inning. So yet again, the Expos fight back right after they had awesome runs, and it is 3-3, top of the 5th incoming. Dennis Menke, the batter, 2-2 the count. Grounds it to second, and Mota with a good throw. That's out number 1. I know. He's look at him hitting 438. I should have bet him clean up instead of Mac Jones. Mac Jones and his strikeouts. Jimmy Wynn now. 3-1 the count. And he walks. Alright, so a 1-out walk for Houston. John Mayberry is next. 3-0. Oh, and now that's 2 walks in a row. No bueno. Alright, so 2 on, 1 out for Kurt Blefary. 1-0. Oh, that's popped. I like that. Mota's there. Catches it for out number 2. And the runners cannot advance, obviously. Doug Rader with 2 outs. 0-1. Oh, that's cut by Grant there. A little line drive to the pitcher. And that's the end of the inning, so we give up back-to-back walks, and it didn't hurt us. And now Ty Klein leading off the bottom of the 5th for us, no count. Grounds it to first, and he's out. That's out number 1. Manny Mota now. 0-1. Grounds it to second. Joe Morgan with the throw. That's out number 2. Right, Rusty Stubb with 2 outs, full count. He already has a blast in this game. And he walks. And now Mac Jones. Will he ever wake up from this terrible slump he's on? 1-1. And that's a base hit to center. There you go. So now we have 2 on, 2 outs for Bob Bailey. Bailey is also kind of struggling, but he's been, I don't know. He's also been clutch at a few times, so I don't know. 2-1. Grounds it to third, and the throw is made to second base for out number 3. We're still deadlocked at 3 here in the top of the 6th. Johnny Edwards leading off. 3-1. And he walks. Norm Miller is next. Runner on first, nobody out. No count. Oh, the runner goes, and that's gonna be a stolen base. Did I lose my music again? I sure did. Oh, it was coming back. Right on its own.
Over 90,000 of our
Sorry for the ad. There we go. Alright, oh shit, and I missed all of that action. We had a bad throw on the stolen base attempt, so now Edwards is on third base with nobody out. That's not good. Alright, 3-1 to Miller, and he walks. The pitcher, Larry Dierker, is next. Runners on the corners, nobody out, no count, and he bunts. Oh, oh, oh! Is that the double play? It is! Oh, 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 oh. Alright, so Dierker bunted right at the third baseman, who cut it in the air, and then he tossed it to Wills, who covered third base, and we cut the runner for a double play, a much needed double play. What defense there! I love it. Alright, runner on first, 2 outs for Joe Morgan, full count, grounds it to second, and that's the end of the inning. Oh, it looked like they were gonna score. Alright, John Bateman with Larry Dierker on the mound, bottom of the 6th, full count. And he walks. Alright, let's see if we can do something with that. Floyd Wicker is next. 1 and 2. Grounds it to second. Oh god, that's a double play. Just like that. And now our best hitter comes to the plate, Mudcat Grant. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep him in the game. 1 and 2. Rounds it to third, and that's out number 3. Alright. While we're lining up for the big inning, next inning, that's going to be a big inning. Alright, Dennis Menke is now the batter. 3-1 to count. And he walks. Yeah, it looks like that's probably going to be the last inning for Mudcat Grant. Jimmy Wynn now, runner on first, nobody out, 2 and 2, and that's it right at the shortstop. Wills, and we cannot double the player at first. We did it once. No, we did. That was a double play. Woohoo! Wills and his defense in this game. John Mayberry, 2 outs, nobody on, full count. And he walks. Alright. Kurt Bleffery. 1 on, 2 outs. That's it to center. Klein after it, all the way to the track, and he catches it for out number 3. Alright, we're lining up for the big inning. We're starting off with Maury Wills here. Bottom of the 7th. 2-0 to count. And that's it to right, but pretty much right at middle for out number 1. Ty Klein next. 1-1 to count. That's it to center. Win is there, catches it for out number 2. Do I want to use a pinch hitter? Let's give him a shot. No count, 2 outs for Manny Mota. It's it to center, and that's out number 3. Alright. Still 3-3, top of the 8th. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pull Mudcat Grant. He's walked quite a few. I'm starting to be slightly worried. Alright, what do I want to do here? Yeah, Mota is not having a great game, so we're gonna go ahead and do a double switch here. So I'm gonna bring in Jose Herrera. He can play second base. And we're gonna bring Howie Reed. There we go. Alright, Doug Rader, the batter. We're bringing in Howie Reed in relief, top of the 8. Still deadlocked at 3, 1-2 the count. Struck out swinging. Alright, Johnny Edwards now, full count. And he walks. Alright. 1 out walk. Norm Miller, the batter now. 1-2. Rounds it to third, and that's all the way into left field for a base hit. Alright, so runners on first and second, and only 1 out. Larry Dierker, the batter. 0-1. Grounds it to right for a base hit. Oh my god. And that scores a run. So Larry Dierker so far with the game-winning RBI if things stay the same. It is now 4-3. 2 runners in scoring position, 1 out. Joe Morgan is at the plate. No count. Oh, we're just gonna walk him, load up the bases, but now the double play is in effect for Dennis Menke. 2-2. And pop. Hey, Kel. And that's out number 2. Jimmy Wynn with the bases juiced, 2 outs, 1-1. That's gonna be a base hit to right. That's gonna score at least a couple runs. That's not good. Oh yeah, that scored 3 runs. It's gonna be 7-3. That's gonna be a little difficult to come back in that one. John Mayberry, runner on third, 2 outs, no count. That's it to right. Stubb is there, catches it for out number 3, but Houston did some damage here with 4 runs in the top of the 8. We're trailing 7-3, going into the bottom of the 8. Larry Dierker still on the mound. Rusty Stubb, first one to face him. 0-1 the count. That's... oh, what a catch by the third baseman. Raider. Right, it's 1 out. Mac Jones did get a base hit, so I'm gonna keep him in to try to raise his morale. No count. Oh boy. And that's popped terribly. And that's out number 2. Alright, Bob Bailey is the batter. Now I'm going to pinch it for him. We're gonna go with my usual Jim Ferry. 3-1 the count. And he walks. Alright, the inning is still alive. John Bateman, the batter. Runner on first, 2 outs, 2-2. That's it. To left for a base hit. Oh. Ferry goes to third on the play, so we have runners on the corners, 2 outs. Now Floyd Wicker is the batter. I'm gonna keep him in. He's been clutch in the past. He can do it again. 1-2 the count. And he didn't do it this time. Struck out swinging. Alright. Now let's see here. Can Ferry play first base? He can. But I'm gonna put him in right field, and I'm gonna play Rusty Stubb at first. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can come back in the ninth. That would be pretty awesome. Alright, Bleffery. 0-2. Struck out looking. Doug Raider is next. 1-1. Grounds it to short. Wheels with the throw. That's out number 2. Johnny Edwards is next. 1-1. And that's it to center for a base hit. So the inning is still alive. I've been having some difficulties to put them away. Norm Miller, run on first 2 outs, 1-2. Grounds it to short. And the throw to second is good, and that's out number 3. Alright, last inning, folks. May a few heroes rise up to the occasion. Alright, so Jose Herrera is the batter. No count to him. That's it to center. That should be cut by Win for out number 1. And it is. Dirker is still on the mound, by the way. Maury Wills now the batter. No count. Oh, that's it to left. Oh, that's cut by Bleffery. What a catch. Oh, he's hurt, but he can stay in the game. Okay. Alright, Ty Klein. That's our last out. 2-2. That's it to right. And that's going to be extra... is it extra bases? Oh, it is. That's a double for Klein. Alright, so the hope still live on. Alright, oh boy. I think I'm going to go with Don Clendenon. Don Clendenon, the batter, runner in scoring position, 2 outs, no count. That's it to left. Looks like he swung at a bad pitch, and that's cut there by Bleffery for out number 3. So we won the first game 1-0, lost game 2, 7-3. Alright. Can't win them all, they say. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and advance this day. Alright, nothing of note here. Now 2 days a day off. We're gonna go ahead and advance. Alright, Jim Rooker got a shutout game against Cleveland. Then we're playing the next 4 games against Atlanta. Oh, it's gonna be at home, so we're gonna be playing the Braves at Parc Jarry. We didn't do too good. I played the Braves not too long ago, and it was a 2-game series, I think, and we didn't do all that great. So yeah, did we make any moves? Nope. At this point, somebody might want to send a wellness check on my GM because it looks like he might be dead. He hasn't done anything in over a month. Alright, that's it for games. I'm gonna look at stats a little bit and see what's going on in my historical universe here. Alright, so Bobby Tolan leads the majors in batting average. Frank Howard leads for home runs with 11. Woody McCovey is tied for second. Alright, Carl is first for RBIs. Tommy Harper is first for stolen bases. What about pitching? Well, at least I have a guy showing up somewhere for saves. Dan McGinn has 8. yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. It was a short 2-game series. Next series is a 4-game. It's very rare that I do 4 games on stream. I might cut it into 2 streams of 2 games. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when I decide to do it and how much time I have and whatnot. Well, yeah, that's gonna be it for today. We are now 5th in the East, so it is ARG out as usual. Thank you for tuning in, and peace out, folks. See you all next time.